Hey everybody. Okay, I know this was really intense, like that, but I just had some coffee and I'm like buzzing like crazy. No, what I was gonna say was, so you guys, uh, I wanted to talk about something that I'm always adjusting this. I wanted to talk about something that I think would help some of you guys and something that I wish I had when I was growing up. I'm 28 now, and I started discovering energy when I was about maybe like 13 or 14, right? And I had this dream, okay? And I was gonna be going barefoot, walking around. My mom called me the barefoot healer, and the reason why barefoot is because one day I decided to walk 13 miles. I had my bike, but my bike got bogged down with mud, and I was going to go to where my dad worked. Going to kind of surprise him. The surprise was actually going to be that I got there alive. I later would find out. So I start going to where I think my dad works, and I say where I think he works because I ended up going in the wrong direction. There was a fork in the road. My dad was this way, 13 miles, and the other way was, I have no idea, okay, whatever the hell, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm walking, and I'm barefoot. I don't know why I wasn't wearing shoes, and I just said, fuck it, I'm not going to wear shoes. And that was that. So I went out, and basically, long story short, the bike got bogged down in mud. And it was a sunny day. I don't know what the hell mud was doing anywhere, but it was muddy. I had to go through a little stream, and on my bare feet, that stream felt really good. Like the mud and stuff felt really nice. And when I get out, on the riverbank, there's all these prickly little pokey weeds. And I come to find out that my feet are these succulent little bastards that will take up any weed that they can, and they will just suck it into themselves. And, needless to say, I had the equivalent of a lot of little pokey things in my foot, okay? And I'm walking down there, and I actually ended up not getting to my dad's work. I went about 5 miles. My feet were killing me. I was tired. I was thirsty. And I just ended up knocking on somebody's door, and I was asking for a ride home. That didn't happen, though. So I ended up, if I can remember right, I ended up calling my dad, and he picked me up. It took me forever just to go 5 miles. But he picked me up, and we went home. And my punishment, if you want to call it that, because I had been through hell with those things in my feet and walking on them, and each step having those little needles go further and further up into my foot, those little weeds, goat heads, and like those little sticker brush things. I don't know what you'd call them. Everything that was unpleasant was in my foot, basically. And so I'm walking. My dad picks me up. We're heading home, and he has this Leatherman, right? It's this like multi-tool thing. It's got a knife. It's got all this stuff on it. And, I'm saying, my feet hurt. And he's like, well, of course they do. Of course they hurt. Being the gruff man that he is. And I said, okay, well, kind of what are we going to do? And he sat me down, and ever so gently, the way that only a father can. And he said, let's see your foot. And I mistakenly showed him my foot. And he grabbed his Leatherman, and he flipped out the knife part, and he started going closer to my foot. And I'm like, what are you doing? What's going on? What are you doing? And he says, I'm going to get these stickers out of your foot. And lo and behold, I became his whittler tool. And, oh man, it hurt. Oh man, he got all of them out, but man, my foot was just killing me. And those little weeds and stuff were in there so deep that tweezers couldn't reach. I thought he was just being cruel, but they were in there really deep, and he had to go in there, both feet, the first foot, when it was done, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And he went in there and pulled out every sliver. And and then it was either hydrogen peroxide or alcohol that I put my feet on, and then I just, oh man, it hurt. But, okay, what I was gonna talk about was that each of us have our own journey that we go on. And that was when I was younger. That was my start to my journey. I was going to go see my dad, and I was going to have a good time, and I was going to view it as part of my energy process, right? Being out in nature and trying to feel things and trying to understand things. I did feel things, painful things in my feet. Why didn't I wear shoes? I know, buddy. I know. Why didn't I wear shoes? Why didn't, But the moral of the story is that all of us are growing up and we are learning in our own way, even if there's painful lessons to learn, even if it's awkward and sometimes humorous. I remember on my walk, and you wouldn't think you could whistle it as much as I did, but I fit it in there. I wanted to be the Oscar Meyer Weiner, guys, and if I were the Oscar Meyer Weiner, that's what I would truly like to be. This story is a little embarrassing, but that's okay. But yeah, I whistled that thing over and over. And by about, I don't know, the 15th or 16th sliver in my foot, I started realizing that being the Oscar Meyer Weiner probably would have been a good thing rather than going out barefoot. But you guys, I know it was a long video, and I kind of wanted to impart one of my personal stories to you guys, and I hope that you guys... I actually don't know what you can take from this, other than we're all on our journey, and our past does not define our future, merely it sets us up to learn from our life lessons. And I would hope this little humorous tale would tell you guys what's up. If you want to hear more personal stories, I can share some. This is one of quite a few. So yeah, let me know, and I love you guys. I want you to take care, and I will talk to you guys later. Toodles.